They say that one way to prepare for a good retirement age is to save for those days. Aside from having an emergency fund, you should also be able to save for the time that you can no longer work. In this way, you're able to still provide for your needs and wants as well as live comfortably even if you are past your prime years already. This is a concept we've all been taught the moment we start working. However, you sit there wondering, how much should I save to have enough for those days? Assuming that you will have a lot of years after the retirement age, what amount is going to be enough for your sustenance? If you have similar questions, continue watching as Finance Aligned will bring you to the ideal amount of savings you should have before retiring. Watch until the end to see the amount corresponding per age: 35, 40, 60, and so on. But before we get started, if you're new here, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel so that you can join a community where learning about finance is welcomed and encouraged. You can also click the notification bell so that we can notify you whenever we post new videos online. Now that we've got that covered, let's get straight to the video. When it comes to finances and planning your money, we often use approximations. This is applicable to any purpose you have behind saving, especially when it comes to your retirement plan. Although it may be confusing at first to deal with something years ahead of us, it is actually possible. Most of the time, experts in this field would recommend you to follow the rule of thumb in saving or retirement. The rule states that you have to save at least 10 times your income if you want your retirement age to be at 67 years old. This approximation can be adjusted depending on how early you would want to retire. For instance, if you want to retire at age 62, which is the earliest retirement age according to Social Security, you will need to save more than 10 times your income so that you can cover the additional 5 years of having no permanent income. On the other hand, if you decide to retire at a later age like 70 or 75 years old, you will no longer need to save 10 times your income because you are still working for another 10 years or so. If you ever have saved such an amount and still want to retire at 70, then you can guarantee you have more than enough. It's also ideal for you to start saving as soon as you can. Starting your savings earlier would mean that you have so many more years to hit the goals or targets that you have set for yourself. It's also obvious that the more time you give for your savings, the more money you can possibly save. Despite knowing all these, it can still be relatively hard to determine how much you should save per year. This is especially true if you're just starting your savings account. This is why many people get financial advisors to guide them with this. But this is Finance Aligned. We've already compiled what the experts say is the recommended savings you should have per age before your retirement. In this way, you're able to keep track of whether you are handling your finances well too. Here are the approximates per year. By the age 30, you should have the equivalent of your annual salary for your retirement savings. This means that if you earn around $80,000 per year, then you should have $80,000 in your savings account by your 30th birthday. Once you reach the age 40, you should be able to save at least 3 times your income. This will continue to increase by 3 every 10 years, meaning at the age 50, your total savings should amount to 6 times your income. By age 60, you should have 8 times your income. By age 67, your savings account should have 10 times your income. Your investments in things like index funds or through robo-advisors are included in the above savings recommendations, as well as anything you have in retirement accounts like a 401k or Roth IRA, company matches, and other assets. These milestones might help you keep on track or jumpstart it if you're falling short of your personal savings objectives, even if these can vary from person to person. But we know that, depending on your individual circumstances, it can be difficult to reach those exact amounts. So here are the ranges you can use instead. Age 30, 5 times of salary saved today. Age 35, 1 times to 1.5 times salary saved today. Age 40, 1.5 to 2.5 times salary saved today. Age 45, 2 times to 4 times salary saved today. Age 50, 3 times to 6 times salary saved today. Age 55, 4.5 times to 8 times salary saved today. Age 60, 5.5 times to 11 times salary saved today. Age 65, 7 times to 13.5 times salary saved today. Now that you have learned how much you should save per year, the real question is how to start saving it. We all have the target amount now, but how do we actually reach that part? Well, if you really want to make sure that you reach the suggested approximates, you should be able to save at least 15% of your income every year. Ideally, you should start this at age 25, but you can also do it earlier if you have the means to do so. If you also want a higher return on your money, you can start by investing some of your savings in stocks. Experts recommend investing more than 50% of your savings to stocks if you want to see a high return. However, do not do this hastily. Always remember that before you make any financial decisions, make sure you research it first. If you want to invest in stocks, make sure you have at least basic knowledge on stocks, the market, and things related to it. Yes, the amount we have set as targets may be a lot, and you might need to work really hard to achieve this. Good thing we can rely on the power of compound interest. Using the same ideas, anyone can start regardless of their age or amount of savings. Start saving early, even if it's just a tiny regular commitment, and let it accumulate over years and decades, since compound interest, which means you earn interest on interest, is advantageous. If this seems like a lofty goal for your finances, you're not alone. One of the things you can also do to reach these targets is through learning more about short-term savings goals. It's important that you're able to balance this out with other things. For most experts, they'll tell you to put at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses in an emergency fund if ever you get terminated at your job or some issue arises causing you to face a job loss. This can also help you cover unexpected costs like unexpected hospital bills, repairs, and etc. Aside from these things, it's important that you also have a separate savings account. By doing this, you're giving yourself more control over your finances. You would not get confused which money is for savings and which is not because your savings is placed in another account. It also gives you a place to store your cash in a way that's kept safe but still very accessible for you. Your money can increase more quickly with an online high-yield savings account than it would in a standard savings account. That ends our video for today. We hope you learned a thing or two. If you did, please like this video and leave a comment in the comment section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions, and reactions. If you want similar videos, do not forget to subscribe to us and click the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post new videos. Until next time, bye!